Okay, today's topic is all about a list, right? So yesterday we have seen in string. Today we'll see a list, in depth about the list, right? So what is the list? We have discussed is a collection of different data type. Collection of different data type. So you can have in the list different data types like integer, float, string, a combination of all these things, right? So let's take an example. You have created list like this, right? List will be created in a square bracket. It is ordered, indexed, right? So it is ordered means this order only it will be stored. Index means 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Like this it will be stored. If I wanted to print entire list, I can say print li. If I wanted to print a type of this, you can say type of li, print type of li. If you wanted to access one element, you can access using an index. You can say li of 0. If you wanted to access the last element, either you can get a forward index or list also has a backward index also. Backward index will start from -1 to like this, right? So -1, -2, -3, -4. So last element I can get using a forward index or backward index. Backward index means -1, li of -1, right? And this is to get in one element. If you want to get a multiple element, you can use a range slice. You can give a start index, end index, and end is excluded. End is excluded. So it will give me an li of 2 and li of 3 here. So li of 2 is nothing but 5 and li of 3 is nothing but a 6. The fourth is not there, it is an excluded, right? So now list also I said to you guys, we can override, means we can change the value. It is a mutable, right? So that means I am changing li of 3 to 7. What is the li of 3 now? 0, 1, 2, 3. Li of 3 is a 6. I am replacing that with a 7. It is possible in a list because list is a mutable. If I print the list now, it will not print 3, 4, 5, 6. Rather, it will print 3, 4, 5, 7 because 6 is replaced by the 7. Right? Also, we can use a loop, for loop with the list. Right? So you can loop through this all the element and print in a vertical direction. Right? One by one. From a list, you get one element at a time and give it to I, and I will be printed. It will go on till loop will get the list will get exhausted. Right? So quickly let's run this and then see the output. This we have seen, and we are going to go in depth about this now today. You see here, the first thing is we have printed the list, and list has 3, 4, 5, 6. Second, we have printed an first element li of 0, which is nothing but 3. Then we have printed li of -1, which is nothing but the last element, that is a 6. Right? Then we have printed li of 2 to 4, means it will give me a 0, 1, 2 and 3, 5, 6. Then we have replaced the value li of 3 with 7. So this is changed. Now when you print it li, it will print 3, 4, 5, 7, not 6. Right? Then we looped it and then printed in vertical direction 3, 4, 5, 7. I hope you understood. Right? So this is what we have seen till last class about the list. Last class about the list. Now let's go a little bit in depth about this list, right? And see like, okay, how do I check a length of this list now? Just now I told you. How do I check a length of this list? I can simply say, now I'll remove this for loop. You guys understood. So let's say I want to print how many elements are there in list. Then I simply use a method called as a function called as length, len, which will give me a length of this list. Just now I have shown you in string. String, we splitted it, converted into a list, and then we have wrapped under the length function, which has given me a length of that list. Here also I am trying to do that. Length of this list. How many elements are there into this? 4 elements. So it will print me 4. See, the answer is 4. Understood, guys? The length of li is the 4. Okay. So let's try to go a little more about this, right? Let's try to add an items into this list. Now this is an existing list. Let's try to add an item, right? So how do I add an item into this list, right? So there are multiple ways to add an item, right? Either I can add at the end, or I can add at particular index. I can add at the end of this list, or I can add in the middle or center or in the beginning or somewhere else. Now if you wanted to add at the end, right? So you can say like li.append. li.append. Append is a function. Append is a function which will append the element at the end of the list. At the end of the list. At the moment we have 4 elements. I wanted to append 8 at the end. So my list has already 3, 4, 5, not 6 but 7, because I have replaced already 6 with 7. So now at the end of the 7 you will be adding an 8. Right? So that means if you wanted to add an element in the list at the end, we should use append function. Let's print it and see. You see the what it has printed? The 8. Right? 3, 4, 5, 7 and 8. The extra element is added. Now the list has 5 elements. Earlier list was having only 4 elements because you appended. So this is one way to add an element at the to the list, right? But the append will append at the end. Let's take an example. You want to add an item at the specified index, right? Maybe in middle or in the beginning, right? We can give an index, right? To do that, we have another function called as an insert, right? Li dot insert. Insert is a function which will help us to insert an element in whatever the location you wanted to insert. Means like you just need to specify the index in the list, right? If you specify the index, at that particular index you can insert any item or element, right? So how do I insert? Let's take an example. Some time back, now my list has what? 3, 4, 5, 7 and 8, correct? 6 is not there. 7 and 8, because 6 is replaced by 7. Let's take an example. I wanted to insert 6 also. Where? 3, 4, 5. Here there is a 7, but I wanted to insert here 6. So what is the index? 0, 1, 2, 3. At third index I wanted to insert a 6. Third index I wanted to insert the 6. Then what is the index I need to give? 3. And what is the element I wanted to insert? 6. Understood, guys? So at third index I am trying to insert 6. So means 0, 1, 2. Here 6 will be inserted. Already this is 6 is replaced by 7, and at the end we added 8. Now my list will have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Let's see that. Print list. Run this. See here. So this is a 0. This is 1, this is 2, and at the third index you added 6. So my length of list has increased now with one more element. Earlier it was 5 elements. Now it has increased to the 6 element. Insert. So to add an item to the list, we have two functions, append and insert. Append will append at the end, and insert will insert in the middle. Any location, whichever location you wanted to insert, right? So these two functions, you can take the help of these two to insert the element wherever you wanted to insert, at the end or at the in specified location, right? Now how do I remove this element? Okay, I find now I have the element like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6 elements into the list. I want to remove. Now you can remove multiple ways. You can remove from the last. You can remove from the last. How do I remove from the last? Simply say li.pop. There is a pop function. Which function? Pop. Pop will pop from the end of the list, right? If you just say li.pop, it will just pop the element. Now the print the list. What is the last element in our list? 8, right? Yeah, so it should remove the 8 and print the list. It should remove the 8 and then print the list. You see here, 8 is gone. So this earlier there was 8, now you see here there is no 8. Pop will remove the function from the last. Pop will remove the function, element from the last. Pop function will remove the element from the list from the end, right? So now let's take an example, but okay, you want to remove particular element. You want to remove particular element, right? Not from the end now. You want to remove the particular element. How do I say? I have a function called as a remove. Li.remove. Li.remove will help us to remove particular element. Let's take an example. I want to remove 3 now, which is in the beginning. So what should I do now? Li.remove 3, and now print li. Print li. So what will happen now? 3 also gone. Earlier we removed an 8, which is at the end. Now we are removing 3, which is at the beginning. So earlier to remove the last element we use pop, and to remove the specified element we have used remove function. Let's run this. See here, 3 is gone. Earlier my list was having 3, but now in my new list I don't have 3. Neither you have 8 also. It also gone. So two functions we have seen to remove the element. One is the pop, which will remove from the last, and another specified element you wanted to remove, use function called as an remove. Use function called as an remove. Another way to remove the element, using an index. Using an index. Using an index. Just now you have seen the element into an here. You have this list. You have this list. And you can remove the element using an index. Now what is the index I have now? 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's take an example. I want to remove the 6. Remove the 6. What is the index of this? 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. 6. 0. 4 is at 0th location. 5 as first location. And 6 is at second location. Second index. I want to remove this element at the second index. So what is the function? I have one thing called as a del. I have one thing called as a del. Del will delete the element at specified location. Element at specified location. How do I do that? Li of 2. Li of 2. Del means delete. Delete the list. Delete the list element which is at index 2. Which is at index 2. Now then print the element. Right? Now your 6 is also gone. 6 is also gone. Let's print it. You see here, there is no 6. So second index we have removed. 0, 1, 2. 2 at the 2 location, 6 was there. Now no more 6. No more 6. Understood, guys? Understood? Right? Understood? Now we can remove entire list also. Okay, thank you. So we can remove entire list also. Like one element we have removed. But let's take an example. I want to delete entire list. I can say del li. Entire list gone. Now you can't print an li. If you try to print an li, you will be in trouble because there is no li in a memory now. You have removed. It deleted, completely deleted from the memory. So you will be in trouble. You will be in trouble. What it is saying, when you are trying to, you deleted it and after deleting you are trying to print it. See, first you try to delete here and after deleting you are trying to again print. So when you are trying to print it, it will say like name error because name li is not defined. You have removed it from the memory. Del will delete everything from the memory. Right? So when it deleted from the memory, there is no element called as an li now and hence it is saying it is not defined. Right? So this is the del. Del to remove completely from the memory. But what if you do not want to delete completely from the memory? You just wanted to clear the element from this. You just wanted to clear the element from this. Then what should I do? Li dot clear. It will not delete from the memory. The list will be there in a memory. Reference will be there in a memory. Only thing is it will clear all the elements. So list will be empty. List will be empty. Let's run this now. Now it will not throw an error. It will just make the list as an empty. Hope you are able to see. Right? You see, list is an empty. I will maximize. So see here, list is empty now. There is no error now. Earlier there was an error like this. When you delete it, it completely deleted from the memory. But now you have not deleted it. You just cleared it. When you clear it, all the element will be clear. But still the li is there in a memory. Right? I can do an append to it. I can add the element to it. Understood? I hope you understood it now. Right? So the li, right? So this is how you can do and delete. Okay? This is how you can do and delete. Right? So what we have seen how do we create a list. How do I create a list? How do I access a list? How do I access multiple elements from the list? How do I replace the element? And then we have seen how do I append the element to the list? How do I insert the element to the list? How do I remove the element from the list? From the end, using a particular element, using an index. How do I delete completely? How do I clear the element from the list? Right? Got it? So let's talk about how do we join two lists, right? How do we join two lists, right? Let's take an example. I'll just take this out. and I'll have to list now. Let me comment out all these things, earlier thing what we have learned. Let me comment out this. To comment out, what is that? I think we said triple quote, right? So triple quote will help us to comment out all the things, right? Now let's do one fresh coding. Fresh coding. In the fresh coding, I'll have to list, right? I'll have to list like an list one equal to. I'll have some element here. So I'll have element like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the list one, and I'll have another list 2, which will have to list another list, right? I'll have like 5, 6, and 7, 3 elements. So I have 2 lists. I want to join these 2 lists and form another. I want to join these 2 lists. So what is the way? The first way is I can say list equal to, list is an output, equal to list 1 plus is concatenation. We have learned in a string. It will concatenate list 1 with a list 2 and then form the list 3. From the list 3, I can say these are the list 3 and then print it. So if I print it, it will have now list 3 will have all the elements. List 3 from list 1 and list 2. Let's run this. So joining 2 lists. You see here, the list 3 has all the elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Joining 2 lists. Right? This is the one way, concatenating the list. This is the one way. Second way is like you can do a loop and append also. Like here what happened is like you have not changed the list 1 and list 2. List 1 and list 2 are same. List 2 and list 1 and list 2, you have not changed the elements. Still the list 1 has only 4 elements. Still the list 2 has another 3 elements. What is changed is list 3. List 3 got both the elements. What if you wanted to append the element at the end of list 1? And you want to change list 1 only by adding these 3 elements at the end of the list 1. Then you can do one thing. You can loop through the list, like for loop I in which list? List 2. Get one element from the list 2 and append at the end of the list. You know how to append at the end of the list? Append function. Which function? Append. So I can say list 1 append. What I am appending, guys? I am getting one element from the list 2, like 5, append it to the list 1. Means at the end it will add. After 4, 5 will be added. Then again get the next element from the list. What is the next element in list? List 2, 6, append here. So get one element from the list 2 and append in the list 1. Append will append at the end. So finally my list 1 is having all the elements, right? Because you added all the elements from list 2 to list 1. So I'll print list 1. Now list 1 will have all the elements. You see here. List 1 will have all the elements. I printed list 1. List 1 is modified now. List 1 is modified. There are 2 ways we have seen to append it. Right? Now what if I want to append multiple elements? Not one element, right? Here you added one element at a time. Right? I want to append multiple elements to the list. Right? In single shot I want to append multiple elements to the list. Take an example. I have this is also, I will comment it out.
Extend, sir.
Sorry? Extend, very good. Exactly. So we can use an extend, right? If you wanted to append multiple elements at the particular list, we can use an extend, right? So let's see this, like L1 equal to, I have like an 2, 3 elements, like an 2, 4 and then 6. These are the 3 elements. And I L2 has like an some other element. L2 has like L2 has an 8 and comma 10. Now I wanted to append at the L1, right? So one element means I have to use append function. But what if I enter L2, I wanted to append at the L1, then I can say L1 dot extend. Somebody has said already. L1 dot extend. And what do you want to extend with? L2. That's all. L1 has now all the elements, right? Print L1. Run this. See, the L1 is modified. L1 is modified. See here, L1, I printed L1, L1 was having 2, 4, 6, but since you extended with L2, now it has all the elements. It has all the elements. Any doubt here? Any doubt, guys?
No, sir.
No doubt? No doubt? So I can also check.
No, sir.
Thank you. So I can also check like if particular element is there in a list or not. I will also comment out this also, right? So whatever we learned, I'm just commenting out now. Let me add some new code, right? Let's let's see. Like I will have one string s equal to I'll have a string and I will have some fruits, right? And apple, like this, banana, right? And orange, something like this. If you are using the double quote, you use double quote always. If you are using single quote, use single quote. So let's take an example. My list has 3 strings, right? My list has 3 strings, right? So now what I want to do is like from this string, I want to check whether particular element is there in this list or not, right? Instead of list, yes, I can say list only. List looks good. Now in this list, whether particular fruit is there or not, I will check. How do we check, guys? Which operator? In. Very good.
Membership.
Exactly. We have to use membership operator. So I can say any fruit, right? I will say like an apple, A-double-P-L-E, apple in list. Apple in list. That's all. So it will give me a true or false. Particular element is there in a list or not. Is the apple is there in your list? Yes. So it will return true. But let's take an example. I want to check on whether Goa is there in my list. So it will return false. It's not there. So it will return false. In. Check if item exists in a list or not. Using an in and not in. Using an in and not in. Which is nothing but membership operator. Which is nothing but membership operator. Membership operator. Okay. Now let's talk about little more. Right. Let's talk about little more. So I commented this also. Okay. Now let's take an example. I'll have one list. I'll have one list like an li equal to, I have like a few elements like 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 elements are there list. Now I want to copy this list, or I will say here list 1. I want to copy this list 1. Copy a list. Copy a list. Now let's see, somebody can answer me if I do like list 2 equal to list 1. List 1. Did I copy the element now? Did I copy the element? Will this copy? Will this copy, guys? Okay, let's print. Let's print. Print list 1 and then print list 2. List 2. And then see the result. Now what happened? List 1 also has 1, 2, 3, 4. List 2 also has 1, 2, 3, 4. Did he copy it? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
It copied? Okay, now
Yes,
let's
sir.
see. Okay, let's see the problem here now. Now I'll say list 1 dot append. List 1 dot append and I'm appending 5. Now who should change, guys? Who should change? List 1 or list 2?
List 1.
List 1. Right? And does the list 2 should change? Does the list 2?
No, sir.
No. But you see what will happen here.
No, sir.
Okay, good. But do you see here what will happen now? What happened, guys?
Both.
Both has changed. Both has changed. Means it is not actually copying the list 1 into a list 2. Yeah, it is not copying actually a list 1 into a list 2. What is happening? You created the list 1 in your memory with 1, 2, 3, 4. When you say list 2 equal to list 1, you are referring the list 2 to the same memory. Your reference is pointing to list 1 only. You are not creating a separate copy here. This will not create the separate copy. It will just assign the list 2 reference to list 1. If you change the list 1, list 2 is going to change because both are pointing to the same memory. Understood? Understood? These two references are pointing to the same memory. So that means it is not actually a copy. It is the same memory. It is not a copy. Then what is the copy? I have another thing called as a dot copy function. What is the function? Dot copy. Let me comment out this now. So copy function. So copy function. I'll just copy this. Control C, and I'll have this list now. And I want to have list 2, which is copied from the list 1. Which is copied from the list 1. Then I will say equal to space equal to list 1 dot copy. List 1 dot copy. Copy will create the copy now, not same memory. It will create another copy of list 1 and give it to the list 2. Now if you print list 1, it will have 1, 2, 3, 4. Print list 2. List 2. It will also have 1, 2, 3, 4. It will also have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's run this and then we'll change it. Now you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am changing list 1. I will say list 1 dot append. List 1 dot append. Now with what? With 5. Now print both again. List 1 and list 2. Last time when you do this way, it was just getting element from list 1 and printing in list 2 also, because both were pointing. Now we will see whether list 2 will change or not. Sorry, I did something wrong.
Sir, there list 1, sir.
Okay, so some word is mismatched here, like list 1 dot append.
Sir, list 1 dot append, sir.
Yeah. List 1, because list is not defined. Very good, guys. So let's run this now. Now you see here, who has changed? List 1 is changed. But does the list 2 change? No. There is no change to list 2. That means the list 2 is a separate copy now. So remember, the copy will not be created like this. It is just one memory. It is a different reference to list 1. But copy will be created using a dot copy function. Understood? Understood? Understood, guys? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So now let's talk about next thing. I have another. Sorry. Any other doubt? Okay. Let's talk about next few next item. I have a tuple t. Tuple t equal to, and I have like 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. 3, 4. I want to convert this into a list, right? If you print a type of this t, now it is a tuple. It is a tuple. But I want to form the list from this tuple. I want to form the list from this. This is the tuple. I want to form the list, and then I can say li equal to. I have a function called as a list. You can call it as a constructor. You can call it as a constructor, right? Because list is a class and list name of the same, constructor name also is list. And I am saying t, list of t, list of t, right? So what is happening now? You are converting the tuple into a list. You are converting the tuple into an list, right? So it is okay. So now I can say print type of li or print li. Right? So you are converting tuple into an list. You see here, there was a tuple and now you convert it into list and list is printed. So not only tuple, you can convert any type, any other type, like here you can give any set, you can give any other thing which will convert into a string. You can convert into a list. Understood?
Sir.
Okay. Now next thing, we'll see one more function. Like let's take an example. I have one pop function. I have a list and I want to count a particular element in a list. Yesterday, sometime back, we counted something like, right, a number of words in that, right? So list also has some elements. I want to count particular element, not length. Length will give me how many total element, but I want to check particular element. Let's take an example. I have list of like this, right? I have a 2, 3, 4, 2, 4 or 5, 2, right? Like this I have list. Now I want to check how many times particular element is repeated, or what is the count of particular element in the list, right? I can say print. So let's take an example. Li list dot count. Count is the function. Count, and I want to count 2. How many times it is there in a list? How many times it is there, guys? 1, 2, and 3 times. So let's see whether it is printing 3 times. Any element you can check. So it is printing 3 times. Count. Count will help us to count particular element in the list, right? Let's take an example. I want to count an 4. 4 is there only once. It should print 1. It should print 1. Understood, guys? Count. Count will help us to count the particular element. Particular element occurred how many times into a string. Occurs how many times into a string. Okay. Now let's take an example. I wanted to have one more string. This is okay. I'll say like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my list, right? This I will put it on top, Control S, and then I will have it here. Okay. Now let's take an example. I have a list here. I want to reverse this. Means now this is in forward direction. I want to reverse it. I can say li dot reverse. It will reverse the list now. If I print the li now and print the li above, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 here. After reverse, it will be reversed. Right? Let's run this. See here. Before reverse, it was 1, 2, 3, 4. After reverse, it is 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the function to reverse? Reverse. What is the function to reverse? Reverse. Right? Now, I hope you understood this. Right? Let this also go into your comment. Okay. Now let's take an example. I will show one more thing. This is about the reverse, right? Now I wanted to find out the index of particular element, right? I want to find out an index of particular element. I know like an 3 here, but I don't know the index. Let's take an example. What is the index of 3 now here? I need to count 0, 1, 2. This is 2. But how do I count it programmatically? I can say print li dot index of index li dot index index of whose? 3. Index of 3. What is the index of 3? 2. 0, 1, 2. Index of 3 is 2. Understood, guys? Index will give me what is the index of particular element. Index will give me what is the index or position of particular element. Any element you can get it. Okay, so let me copy this also. Right, now one more thing, let's take an example. I have a list which is not ordered, take an example. I have this list 1 and then comma, then here 5, right, and then comma, right, and then here 6, right, and then comma. You see it is not ordered, right? It's not an in ascending order, descending order, or whatever it is, right? It's not sorted. I want to sort this, right? I want to sort this. I have a function called as a sort, li dot sort. What is the function, guys? Sort. Sort is the function which will sort the list, li dot sort, and then print. I am printing the list before sorting and after sorting. Let's run this. You see here, earlier this is unsorted list, now it is sorted list. Now it is sorted list. Got it, guys? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's take an example. This is this also I will copy here. Right. Let's take an example. I'll have a list of strings. Or I'll have the cars, right, equal to, and the list of cars, right. Name me few cars. Let's take an example. There is a Ford, and there is an let's take an example, BMW, right, and then let's take an example, Volvo, something like this. Okay.
Mercedes.
Okay, Mercedes. Okay, spelling I don't know. Okay, so okay, so Volvo. Okay, so fine. Okay, guys, these are the cars we have. Okay, now we will sort this, right? The print cars, cars, and then I will say print. Let's sort this cars dot, what is the function? Sort. Cars dot sort, and then print sorted list also. Then again cars. Okay, we are just sorting it, guys. Right? Earlier we sorted the numbers. We are sorting here. Let me close it out and then print it again. So that answer or result will come on top. What you see here? Right? So B is the first, and then F, and then B. Okay, understood? Okay, now one more thing I wanted to see here. Like, I'll have reverse here. One parameter called as an reverse. Reverse equal to true. What I am doing? Let's see. Reverse equal to true. Then let's run this now. Now what will happen? What has happened here? Earlier BMW, Ford and Volvo. What came now? Volvo, Ford and BMW. Sort in the descending order. Earlier it was sort in the ascending order. Ascending. But now you are sorting in the descending order. Highest, largest element in the first. Descending order. Okay. So for that, what is the parameter you have to use? Reverse equal to true. Reverse equal to true means it will sort it and reverse it. I understood, guys, what it is doing. Sort will sort in ascending direction, and if you have reverse equal to true, again it will reverse that. Means it will become descending order. It will become descending order. Understood? Not understood?
Understood, sir.
Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Very good. So any doubt now, any concern till now, whatever we have seen? Anybody has asked any question? Any doubt, guys?